All right, hi friends. This week our story is called On the Move, okay? If I look at the cover of this picture, what do I see on there? What do you see? I do. I see a family with kind of a map, well not kind of, but a map behind them of the different countries. I see they have a suitcase. She has a beach ball. She's got like those fun leis around her neck. If I look at this picture, and I look at the countries behind, and then I see a tag hanging off of the word On the Move. It makes me think that maybe this family is going on an adventure somewhere, okay? So let's take a look at our story this week, and let's be remembering what we are thinking about this week is the main idea of a story. So as you're listening to me read the story, I want you to be thinking about what is the author, Donna Latham, trying to teach us from her story, On the Move. Okay, let's go in and see. All right, On the Move. Okay. Where is the place that you want to go? What ways to get there do you know? When we must get from here to there, we travel by water, land, and air. Everybody pile on in, buckle up, and let's begin. Everybody wave goodbye. We're on the move. Come on, let's fly. Around the world, we're on a quest. We'll find the ways to travel best. Do you like this view way up high? Our airplane vrooms right through the sky. To home or school, in city or town, a car zigs and zags and zooms around. 6 big wheels and a heavy load, a truck rumbles and rambles down the road. Clickety-clack along the track, a quick train zips you there and back. Splashing, dashing, winning raves, a kayak veers above the waves. Where there's no road, where there's no rail, a sure-footed llama moves up the trail. Over frozen ground and chunky snow, a dog sled is the very best way to go. On rushing waters of purest white, a raft bounces and bobs, so hold on tight. Desert winds are blowing sand as a camel rambles over the land. Through murky waters in a squishy swamp, an airboat is the very best way to romp. The ocean sparkles in the sun's warm glow as a submarine vanishes down below. To carry many people, take this advice. A double-decker bus is twice as nice. It's a beautiful day, but it's too far to hike. So strap on your helmet and pedal your bike. Whirling propellers allow it to hover. A helicopter ride is a time to discover. We've flown around from here to there. We've traveled by water, land, and air. Which ways, what ways to get there did you know? All right, so in our story this week, it seems that they were showing us a lot of different ways to travel all around the world. What do you think the author wants you to learn from this story, On the Move? Let's think about some of the ways that they said you could travel. You could travel by llama. You could travel by canoe. You could travel by truck, train, jet, car, helicopter? Do you think you travel by llama anywhere around us, or by a camel? No, those are probably things that you would use up over the mountains or the desert for the camel, right? So each area of the world has different ways that you would travel. So I think what the author is trying to help us learn from this story, On the Move, by showing us all the different ways that people can travel, is that there are all different kinds of ways that people can travel around the world. Okay, so if I thought that the author was going to come in and ask us what did we learn from that story today, that is what I think the author would be looking for, that there are many different ways to travel all around the world, okay? What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna do a little bit of writing with that, and I want you to think back to the story, and I want you to think of one of the ways that you would like to travel that was in the story, okay? One of the ways that if you were going to someplace in the world and you had to travel, what would be the way you would be traveling there? So I'm going to move you over here real quick while I get my copybook paper ready to go. Okay. And I'm going to set my book right down there. And I'm going to grab my copybook paper right here. Okay. And at the very top of my paper, like we always do, I'm going to write 3-31-2020. Okay? All right. Now, in the story, there were a lot of different ways that you would travel, depending on where you were. Okay? I'm going to pretend that I'm going to be someplace in the mountains. And I want to cross over those mountains, but I need something that's going to be able to help me carry my stuff to climb over that mountain. So I'm going to say, I, and then that word can, can, C-A-N. I can ride, I'd ride. Well, I hear that sound, I, d. And because I hear I making its own name, I'm going to add that E in there. I can ride a, and I'm going to do a llama. Llama, llama. And I'm going to tell you it has two L's. Ma. I can ride a llama, okay? Because I'm going to go up over a trail. I'm going to go up over a mountain, and I remember from the story that it says if I'm going to go up over a trail, over a mountain, I need an animal that's real sure-footed. And apparently from the story, I learned that the llamas can do that. All right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my llama. Okay? And I'm not great at drawing a llama, but I'm going to try my best. Okay. And then I'm going to put okay, and then I know llamas are like furry. And then I'm going to draw a face on my llama. Okay? All right, so my sentence is, I can ride a llama. What I'd like you to do in your copybooks is write a sentence that supports the main idea of the story, which we talked about is that there are all different kinds of transportation that are used around the world. And today, what one would you use in a part of the world. And I said, I'm going to pretend that I have to go up over a trail over a mountain. So from the story that we read today, I know that a llama would be good. What about if you needed to fly somewhere? Would you take a jet or would you take a helicopter? What about if you had to cross the water? Would you take a canoe or would you take a kayak? Which would you take? What about if you decided that you didn't want to ride in a car or something, but there was a trail that you could ride? Would you ride a bicycle? All right, so there were all different ways. You could ride a camel in the desert. So I want you to choose one of the ways that they talked about that people travel in the world that we read about in the story. And I want you to write your own sentence about that. I can ride, and what would you ride? All right, my friends, and I look forward to seeing your work. All right, bye-bye.